You know, I never did understand how some women can just stand there and get hit. They must be so weak. I would never just stand around and let some man put his hands on me. That's what she said. In the same breath that she had just commended me in being so strong, my little cousin is knocking on the door of 16, and she looks up to me like the big sister / mother figure that she never had. She asks, "What would you do if some dude ever tried to put his hands on you, Shae?" I know you probably like whoop off in his ass. You don't play that, right? And see, this is the moment I've never been ready for. This is the question that I have never wanted to answer. How do I explain that no, I didn't whoop off in his ass. I didn't have my hand on hip, roll my neck, and hit him with a nigga I wish you would. We ain't played grip ball the next morning instead. I stood there and I took it. I can't tell you no stories of heroism and strength. All I have is the tale of how my skin loved my bones so much it bled every time, just so they could see the light through the cuts his fist, his blade, his steel-toed boots made. All I have is the story of how nearly 7 years later, he can still take my breath away. Only difference is, this time his hands weren't wrapped around my neck. My back still cracks when I inhale too deeply from the way he used to tap dance on my thoracic. She is knocking on the door of 16, the same age I was when I was knocking on the door to heaven. She has this question. Breathe. You knew this was coming. You even rehearsed your lines. Why can't you remember any of them now? Breathe. She doesn't know any better. You are not weak. It is not your fault. Breathe. She is still waiting for an answer. I can feel her eyes burning in the back of my neck. Breathe. 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 How do I explain how it feels to love an unstable mind shaft, empty, dark, and ready to collapse, dangerous, but yet somehow still beautiful? Ariana, we found solace in each other. We dated brothers. Lucky were we. It was an understatement to say that they had good genes, but good looks weren't the only thing that was hereditary in this family. Breathe. I'm sorry that I didn't warn you better with my eyes and empty smiles. Breathe. I'm sorry that after the first time, all I could tell you is that you would get used to it, get good at avoiding questions and eye contact. Besides, dark shades are in style now anyway. Breathe. Ariana, breathe. Breathe, please. Just breathe. How do I explain what it feels like watching a life as it hangs by a thread thinner than an alopecia hairline? They say love is blind. But if they only knew the half. There's nothing like taking razor blade to eyelid after love swole your eyes shut just to drain the swelling enough for you to actually shed tears. Breathe. It took me years to stop flinching at the touch of a man. Question. If a fist is thrown, and no one is around to watch me break, do my pieces even really still exist? When my little cousin asked me, what would I do if a man ever tried to put his hands on me? I said, there are some things that you will never understand until you share a dance with pride, love, and hate and realize that they all share the same face. Strength is such a fickle thing. It is not always there when you expect it, but it comes when it's needed. See, if a man ever try to put his hands on me again, I know exactly what it takes to love myself enough to survive.